Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Namine, Bhagavan Swarupaya, Hare Krishna Prasayati. Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa Chaitanya,
Haribol Namaste. So I'd like to say something that will recall to why you're here. Okay? All you're here, Nashingadas, you're here. Okay? Why you're here? Why your parents sent you here? So you came here to undergo training. Okay? So meaning if you come here to undergo training, your focus should be listening and following instruction. Because the main reason we discuss this subject matter to you is it's not that we just wanted to talk to you, It's helping you be focused with another lifestyle wherein it is pleasing to God and it will benefit you fruitfully and you will experience what is an experience that is beyond this sensual experience you're experiencing. Is it clear? Is it clear with you? So you come here, not you come and listen, so you'll have another view based upon the teachings of the saintly person. It's about the life of a saintly person. So meaning a complete contradiction to someone who is a materialist. Well, what is a materialist then? A materialist is someone who identifies himself or herself as the body and her goal in life is economic pursuit. Meaning, yung goal niya sa buhay ay to get material things. So she can or he can enjoy the desire in her mind through the senses. And that's what's going on all around us. So when you come here, there's a different path, the path of the saintly person. So it's completely a different world from the world of the materialist. The world of the materialist is what you have been having a hard time when you come here because you have been listening to your mind for so long. So meaning you have been following your material desires for so long. That's why when you're given this knowledge and then you apply it, it's very hard for you because of your conditioning. But because the path itself is based upon hearing that is purifying, based upon the path that is transcendental and that will purify one's mind and heart, then you will come to the point wherein you'll be able to see yourself. And then you'll be able to see that the struggle you're in, the stress and everything is based upon dahil your goal in life. Anong goal nyo? Your goal, economic development, then you must be following the desire in your mind. And then you must be trying to fulfill those desires through the experience of the senses. Kaya nang pag pumunta kayo rito, ang hirap. Kasi condition ka na inisip mo, ganito ako, tapos ang hirap. Kaya nga, you should have this focus wherein you come here for this time being to follow the regulation and listen. Okay? It's not what you think. It's not what I think. It's not what I want, but rather what we are being guided by the saintly person. Okay? They wanted us to be very focused in our short stay in this body. In this body. Because the time that is allotted to your body is very limited. What is 50 years, 60 years, 70 years? It's gone. And if you waste it, you'll not be able to appreciate and experience what is a world that is transcendental to this miserable world. And that world is the world of pure devotional service. That's the world of Narada Muni, Maharaj Pariksit, Sukadev Goswami. That is the world of Lord Krsna. So, the process that we teach you, tinuturo namin sa inyo ngayon, is that you simply have to listen. because it's based upon the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. So this science, as what Lord Krishna tells us, He's revealing it to you ba? Individually. Because you are His friend. He wanted you to become His loving servant, to become a devotee. Okay? Now the question is, how will we embrace the teaching? How will we embrace Krishna's, embrace and affection? How can we be able to reciprocate? Paano tayo makikipag-relate? Okay. Mind you, it's not an easy path because there's the three modes of material nature. And the body is connected with so much encumberment. The body is the source of suffering. And this world is a place of struggle. You have to struggle for your bodily upkeep. Alam mo yung bodily upkeep? You have to work. Okay, you have to work. Because if you don't have the body, you don't need to work. Because you don't die. Have you understood that clearly? The reason you're suffering is because you have this body. And the reason people are so much engrossed is because they lack this wisdom. So this wisdom is now being given to you in your travel in this universe. Meaning, in your travel alone, individual kayo, you're traveling in this universe. Now you're in this body. It's like a kingdom. You're a driver in this body. It's a kingdom, and you have this door, and the door are your senses. Now, what will you do with this kingdom? Will you just stay in this world and pursue what you have been offered and what you have been subjected by our materialistic educational system, that there's only one energy, matter, and matter will make you happy? Okay. So, in this world, there's the spiritualist and the materialist. The materialist is someone who grossly identifies himself as the body in the face of science. So, a materialist is someone who's in ignorance. Scientifically, they cannot prove that there's only one energy, matter. Ang katunayan, ang burden of proof that you are not the body, the burden of proof is not for us to prove. Because they are saying you're the body, then they have to prove there's only one energy, matter, okay? But they cannot do that with all their knowledge, so-called knowledge, temporary knowledge in science and everything. Because on the practical reality, they know that when someone leaves the body breaks down. Now, what makes a person so much in pain? So much in pain ba? Ibig sabihin ng pain, hindi lang binugbog ka. Pain means you experience the fear in your heart. You experience sa heart mo yung insecurity. And not knowing you're always seeing, what is this all about? It's all unknown for you because you're using your mind. And the materialist is like that. So, to be able to understand clearly, we must follow the nectar of instruction of how we can be guided. First, while you're here, you must just simply listen and apply the process. Okay? Until you understand everything that Lord Krishna is trying to tell you. Then, after a while, after understanding you're not the body, you're not the mind, you don't know anything, you're eternally the loving servant of God, then if you finish this study program and you're chanting and you decide in your life, okay, you come to the point, what will I do with my life? Okay? That will be dependent upon you. Okay? Because I cannot work for you. It's your life. So my point is this. While you're here, take advantage of this wisdom because this wisdom will help you to be in harm's way. As we have said, people go to, like last time, they go to the doctor, they're sick, and they tell the doctor, please, doctor, save me, save me, save me. Save me. Save my body. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. So what I'm trying to tell you for so long, if there's a cage and there's the bird inside and you don't take care of the bird will die. You don't feed the bird. So if you don't take care of your spiritual relationship with Lord Krishna, then that you'll be cut off from the source of energy, from the source of security and everything. Because there's only one person who can protect you, Govinda, Krishna. So the science that you're here, that while you're traveling, you should be guided in such a way that you can take hold of your mind and you can focus it wherever you want it, meaning you must be able to control the urge of your mind, okay? The urge of thinking, feeling, and willing. Now, if you don't have, the materialists, that they don't have that process wherein they are able to purify their heart and their mind, and they're able to see the distinction between matter and life. That they're the person inside this body. This body moves because I can move this hand, you know. I don't say me hand, I say my hand. The hand is my possession. Understand? Is it clear sa inyo? So now if you try to push it, okay, you try to push it because you're not all powerful, what will happen? Meaning you try to push it to hack it out in this material world on your own because you don't want to listen to anybody and even to the good advice of the saintly person and Lord Krishna, then you will fail. You will be lost in your travel in this material world because you'll have no answer to the problems you are facing. So here lang, kadali lang ng mga bagay-bagay ba? Okay? Simple, you've been programmed by our materialistic society to be identifying yourself as the body. Okay? Instead of putting so much importance upon your health, you put so much importance upon your hair. Okay? You buy shampoo and everything. I'm not saying you don't need to take care of your physical, but instead of eating, you waste so much energy, a time or an effort, even your parents, just to focus upon your hair, your dead hair. Okay? Instead of using that energy, that resources for your health. Okay? You buy shampoo with carrots, okay? With cocoa oil, and then you pour it on your hair. Okay? You don't eat the coconut. You don't eat the carrots. Okay? All you got to do is just imagine. Imagine you have strength through your dead hair. Okay? That is your conditioning. And you're so attached to it. As if everybody's looking at you. Okay? They don't even see you. You understand? They don't even see you. Now, if you make if you're so conditioned, you're thinking na to be able to be accepted, to be loved, to be cared, you have to put a show. Okay? Love me, serve me, okay? Because look what I got. You got nothing. Understand? Is it clear sa inyo, Brinda? Is it clear sa iyo, Radha? You don't put that, you don't play that game. So, I'm telling you this to help you to be focused. Kasi yung mind nyo, nakapokus sa katawan nyo. Nakapokus sa kung ano yung gusto ng senses nyo. And then it's making hard, very hard, for the teachers, for even for me to remind you. You know, I have to tell you, hey, I'm talking to you, and then you're just looking at me. You don't even, why? Because you have this wall, the false ego. You have your own world, and I'm telling you something, it doesn't pierce you. Okay? You're like a zombie ba? Understand? So if you're like that, then you're not making progress in your spiritual life. Why? Because you'll not be sensitive to the feelings of Lord Krishna. Okay? You're just sensitive to what you think in your mind, what you feel, and what you want to do. You're not sensitive to what the Supreme Person wants. And Lord Krishna It's described that the Supreme Person is the most gentle, the most soft, the most kind. You cannot deal with the Supreme Person with hardness. Kaya, if you engage in this practice of devotional service, that's what I'm trying to emphasize upon you. You learn how to be kind, gentle, but it will come when you have a purified heart. But if you have an arrogant heart, a selfish, cruel heart, because of your conditioning, that you're very selfish, then you cannot understand this teaching. Because you'll not be able to taste what is caring, what is loving. Because you're self-centered. Intindihan mo? Alam mo self-centered? Tagalogin ko na lang ha. Kasi kuminsan, aywan ko, simpleng bagay kasi I find it now when I talk in Taglish, you cannot understand. When I talk na lang, siguro Bisayao na lang na ako para klaro kayo ba? Okay? So, ang point ko lang dito, para simple, makinig kayo sa instruction. Okay? Kung mas naintindihan man ang utak nyo o hindi, sundin lang nyo. Okay? Kasi it puts so much pressure upon us to tell you, like, alam niyo yung yung sirang plaka, pabalik, and you're taking much of our time. Intindihan mo? Nakukuha yung time ba? Because you're so much engrossed in your world that you must transcend. Intindihan mo? So what is a devotee then? What is a disciple? A disciple is someone who surrenders to God. To discipline. He goes to the spiritual master and tells the spiritual master, please discipline me. And discipline doesn't mean na bunalang ka ng dos por dos. No. Tell me what should I do? What will benefit me in my relationship with God? Okay. That's why you must follow religiously the program that is being set up here. Okay. As what I told you yesterday, you're given the opportunity to take part in Lord Nityananda's mission, the Sankirtan movement. So when you come to offer to Srila Prabhupada, you come here, you're given the opportunity to glorify Lord Krishna, and it helps you spiritually. The more you take part in Lord Chaitanya's will and desire and the teachings of our spiritual master, then the more you become purified. The more you experience connection with happiness in your heart. The more, even though everything here is crumbling, still you're not touched. Because this world is continually changing. And you become a yogi. You know what's a yogi? A witness to what's happening around. He's the witness of his kingdom. You're the witness of your kingdom. You're the witness of your mind. You watch your desire in your mind, and then you can control the urge of the mind. Okay? You don't need to be worrying, wow, fear. So, Lord Krishna tells Arjuna, the sitting place of the enemy is in your mind. Okay? There are 3 doors that leads to a hellish life, a suffering life. And what is that suffering life? It's a word of lust. It's a word of greed and anger. It's all in the mind. So you must cut it with wisdom. Wisdom. What is lust then? Lust, L-U-S-T. It is the desire for happiness. But because of false bodily identification, yung happiness na hinahanap mo, pag-ibig, napunta sa pangsarili mong pag-fulfill, supposedly, so-called, sa senses mo, sa sarili mo. Then it becomes lust. Bakit? It's never fulfilled. Because yung happiness na hinahanap mo is for life. And it will be directed upon this temporary world. Kaya nga, magulo masyado eh. At pag yung relationship mo sa Supreme Person is based upon just consuming, you're in lust, you're not able to appreciate other living entities. You simply look at them and see them, either yung tatay, nanay mo, parents mo, kaibigan mo, as someone for your convenience, for you. You don't have a compassionate heart. Meaning, you're not a fulfilled person. Is it clear? Is it clear? Nashingadas? Is clear, Nanantadas? So enough of playing these games. na you have been conditioned, na condition kayo dati, okay? Because if you push so hard, follow the dictates of your mind, then it will put you in harm's way. Because Krishna will be displeased with you. And if Krishna is displeased with you because of your arrogance, then you won't make progress in spiritual life, because what will happen, you'll be very disrespectful to the disciplic succession. The person who's caring for you is like this, para mas klaro sa inyo. Somebody is helping you already ba? Tinatayo ka. What you're doing, you're pushing that person, hindi pa yon. Duduraan mo pa. Pwe. Okay? So you're given this opportunity by God. Okay? Hindi nyo nakikita, people are making effort. Not because they love you, but because it's the desire of their spiritual master that you become a devotee of Krishna and a desire of Krishna. So they're able to tolerate. They're able to tolerate lahat ng pressure. And they make a stand. How can they make a stand? Ibig sabihin, paano sila nakakatindig? Kadil kayo lahat na puro selfish. Okay? Because they have their relationship with that spiritual master. And the spiritual master loves them. And it's not high price to be tolerant to please the spiritual master. Okay? So ang tanong ko, is it really a high price to be so much attached to your false material conception and selfish interest at the expense of loving Krishna? Ha? Masyado bang mabigat na presyo? Iwan nyo yung materialistic life just to love Krishna? Kayo, timbangin nyo. But if you are so self-centered, hindi importante sa inyo. You won't succeed in your spiritual life if you're like that. Why is a devotee, for example, why is Haridas Thakur, as an example, the prostitute came, okay? The prostitute came. She has a very beautiful body. But because Haridas Thakur is a transcendentalist, a saintly person, he's able to see the person who was sent by these demons to allure him. Alam niyo to allure? To allure, alam niyo yung allure? To attract him to do something that is sinful. Allure ba? Okay? But did Haridas Thakur got entangled? No. Because he is seeing that person as a child of God. He has compassion upon that person. He knows that that prostitute will come. But he stayed to save her. Okay? Ngayon, you're traveling and you're in this material world, in a material dimension, when you're servant of your senses. Now, where will you be gliding in your travel? Ano yung breeze? Alam mo yung breeze? Ano yung hangin na magdadala sa inyo? Okay. Para yung clouds ba? Saan papunta yung clouds? Kung saan yung hangin, di ba? Sa travel nyo, saan kayo magpupunta? Okay? Kung ignorant ka sa absolute truth, ignorant ka sa identity mo, then you're in for a ride because you have wasted your human form of life. And then, what will happen? You leave this world and die like an animal with no shelter. And you'll always be in fear. When a person comes in contact with parampara, the disciplic succession, and the spiritual master gives you the holy name, the chanting of the holy name. That's why, kung babasahin nyo kasi you're not brought up in a Catholic setup or in a Christian setup. I don't know what area you are, but it's not more on like when we were young, I was brought up in this Christian teaching that, "Oh Lord, save me by thy name. I will sing and praise your name." Okay, that's what we do every day. We sing the glories of God. But we never say the qualities of God. We just say the names of God. Okay. So you now come in this path. And the first process of the devotional practice you're being taught is the hearing. Meaning, you hear about the qualities of God. You hear about the teachings of God. Who He is, what He looks like, how you can relate to Him. And then, you're able to appreciate that through the narrative of the saintly person. How Lord Krishna, the Supreme Person, comes to protect His devotee. In the beginning, you may just read it, okay? But after a while, the more you become purified, the more you become so much focused upon your relationship with God, then that becomes your world. Your heart, your mind, everything will glide towards what is pleasing to God. So, how can you enter that world of pure devotional service? You must become a pure devotee of Krishna. You must become a saintly person. Okay? So, in your life, sa buhay na nilakihan nyo, sa nilakihan ba nyo? Kayo, lahat kayo. Di ba? Sa klase nyo, may nagsabi ba, I want to become a saint? May nagsabi ba sa inyo? Okay? May nagsabi sa inyo? Sa goal nyo sa buhay, tinuro ng teacher nyo, may nagsabi ba, sino ang gusto maging saintly person? Sino ang gustong bumalik sa spiritual world? Wala. Diba? Everybody would want to become an engineer, okay? PhD, such and such, okay? Lahat. All the labels of this body. But never about their eternal world, of their true eternal activity in relationship with doing the will of God. That's why Lord Krishna comes, descends, as an instructing spiritual master. Bhagavad Gita. So yung science na pinapalo nyo, it's not a make-believe. I believe. Who cares about what you believe? Okay? I believe. I join. Who cares if you join? It's not a baseball team. What is important is that the reality will dawn upon you when you begin to see around you that there's so much suffering, and sooner or later, the inevitable will come. You're gonna leave everything that you have. And then when you face death, what if you face death and prior to dying, you have to suffer the experience of the disease that is connected with this body, cancer, okay? You know, my mother, she passed away, but fortunately, she passed away as she's chanting the holy names. She's been taken care by the holy names. So who will take care of the living entity when the living entity leaves? What is that breeze? What is that push that will bring the living entity to shelter and protection? That is his relationship with God. And it's best understood when we follow the instruction of the spiritual master. Naintindihan nyo? Is it clear? Is it clear sa'yo, Govinda Dasi? Okay. So, in dealing with us here, every day you wake up, you'll just be here for a certain time being. Because your goal here is just to study, and your parents wanted you to learn about what is devotional service. Okay? I don't know what your intent is, kung ano bang goal nyo sa buhay, kung ano yung gusto pa nyo mangyari sa buhay nyo. But while you're here, you must make an effort to just listen and follow the instruction. Okay? If you want to succeed. Then after that, then it will be up to you. So kaya ko sinasabi to sa inyo, kasi yung reality will dawn upon you when you are in the face of the inevitable, when you're leaving the body. Is it clear? Sa purport ng divine grace, human life is meant for plain living and high thinking. Since all conditioned living beings are under the control of the Lord's third energy, the material world is designed so that one is obliged to work. Everybody has to work, except the animals. Tindihan nyo? Pero lang, wag siya, basta yung kabayo nag-work. Pero hindi sila nag-work para kumain. Kung bayaan mo sila, kakain yan sa labas. Tayo ba? You're obliged, okay, to take care of your body, okay? And this body is made out of material energy. Ano yung material energy? na nakikita nyo? Earth. Gross ba? Earth. Water. Your body is made out of water. Air. Hindi nyo nakikita. Okay? Fire. Nasa tiyan nyo. Yung mind nyo. Nandun yung desire. Habang nakatingin kayo sa akin, pwede nyo panoorin kung ano nasa mind nyo. Okay? So the more you chant, the more you become purified by receiving this process of yoga sound, then you become aware. Aware ba? Of the reality. Yes, why am I here? You ask this question, why am I here? I've been trying to live a life, sinusubukan yung buhay ng buhay na eternal sa mundo na hindi eternal. Kaya lagi ka anxiety. Kaya walang security. So ano yung pinaka-security? Put your life in God's hands. Pero mahirap when you have your own will. So ang process natin is to be in harmony with God's will. But you doesn't mean na, magdiging devotee ako ni Krishna, hindi na ako magtrabaho, tulog na lang ako. Hindi ganon. Responsible ka sa lahat. Because love entails responsibility. Love entails care. So when you become purified with this process, you begin very, very close to the heart, the desire of Lord Krishna. And then it purifies you, it satisfies your heart. Then you begin to see this world differently. You see this world as a world of love. You see Krishna, you see the devotee of Krishna, you see those who don't chant the holy names of Krishna, you see those living entities in different bodies. But you begin to appreciate that while in your travel, you're given this opportunity by God to utilize everything or to harness. Alam mo to harness? Para madali. Di ba nag-harvest kayo? Nag-harvest kayong palay? To harness ba? Halimbawa, nakakuha ka ng palay. Okay? Tatalian mo. To harness ba? Okay? Everything that you have in harmony as an offering to God. Meaning your intelligence, kapag hindi mo ginamit yung intelligence mo in the service of Krishna, okay? Hindi mo ginamit yung mind mo, hindi mo ginamit tong material energy which belongs to Him, then it is not in harmony with His will. And then you experience karma. Alam mo yung karma? As you sow, you shall reap. So when you make progress in your spiritual life, kasi nga, makita nga nyo, the good thing lang with you guys, you came here na arrange sa buhay nyo na it's sometimes a great fortune when you're not having so much material wealth. Okay? Kasi pag yung mga devotees kasi, sometimes they're born in a wealthy family and they did not even struggle for it, okay? Lumaki sila ng karangyaan and they misuse that energy na meron sila. Kaya kuminsan, it is arranged na you have just the basic. So you have time, okay? Krishna's arrangement, Krishna's love for you and mercy. So ito yung gusto kong sabihin sa inyo. Once devotional service is spoiled when he becomes too entangled in the following 6 activities. Alam mo yung spoiled? Halimbawa, nagluluto ka ba, iniwan mo na panis, okay? Na-spoiled ng bacteria. Ha? Di ba, pag may sobra, nilalagay nyo sa fridge. Di ba? Eating more than necessarily or connecting more funds than is required. Okay? Ano yung basic needs lang na meron tayo na collecting, eating unnecessarily. Okay? Makita nyo, yung eating unnecessarily means you're not in control of your tongue, okay? Your belly. And when you engage in such focus, your spiritual life is spoiled. Kaya better eat and live simply. Eat prasadam. Okay? Collecting more funds than that is required. So dito natin makita yung how people in this world make this place as their home. Okay? Halimbawa, napansin nyo, di ba nagbibilad tayong palay? Pag nagbilad tayo ng palay, hindi ba maraming ibon? So yung ibon, lilipad lang doon, kakain lang yan, di ba? Ilang sako yun nandun, kain na siya. Tapos alis na siya pag busog. Pero yung tao, hindi ganon. Pag makakita yan ng, uy, palay, may 5 sako, lugduhon niya na. Okay? How big is your stomach? Okay? Ganun lang kalaki. Yung big intestine mo, small intestine. Kaya, if you put so much effort in trying to eat unnecessarily, meaning you're looking for satisfaction through the senses. Okay? Kain ng kain, di naman nabubusog. Palaki ng palaki. Di ba nakita niyo yung mga obese? Ang problem niya sa Amerika ngayon, actually sa Amerika, hindi naman stress lang yung nakakamatay, obesity. Kita yung mga Amerikano, hindi yung nakikita nyo na sila Tom Cruise, sila Brad Pitt, na pag makita nyo mga mukhang Adonis. Hindi ganon. Obese ba? Yung naglalakad, yung tiyan sobrang laki, okay? Pag magpapantalon, kailangan mo nang umupo para hilahin yung pantalon. Okay? Saka yung damit nila, extra large. Sa sobrang kain ng kain, yung heart nila, punong-puno na nag-cover na ng, nakita mo ba yung nakita ko? Minsan nagpakita ng documentary, yung mga obese, dahil hindi na, yung heart, hindi ba yung heart, ang purpose ng parang pump? Di ba? Natabunan na ng taba ba? Alam yung taba, parang condensed, pero taba to. Alam yung taba ng, alam yung pag yung baboy na kinatay, di ba? Ang taba, di ba? Yung puro ganun, no? Kinuha isang palo, ang bawal ba? Na-cover na sa kakain ng puro cholesterol, ano. So, hindi lang yun. Naglalakad ka, sobrang hirap. Pero, kain ka ng kain, hindi ka nabubusog. Okay? Kaya nga, eat to live, not live to eat. Kaya kung misdirect mo yung search for happiness, for fulfillment in this world based upon the influence of lust, then that's the experience. Obesity. Sobrang laki. Iihi ka, hindi ka makaihi. Hindi mo tanggalin patalon mo eh. Okay? Hindi mo nga makita yung sapatos mo. Laki na lang siya na gano'n. Hindi lang lalaki, babae rin. Tingnan nyo, pag makita nyo sa Amerika, sa medical journal, maraming. Pero ang mga nasa third world country, kagaya tayo, inisip natin, hoy, napakasaya nila. Okay? Hindi ko sinasabi, hindi kayo kailangan mag-struggle, magtrabaho para magkaroon kayo ng convenience. Hindi naman ang spiritual life, ibig sabihin ng spiritual life, nung sinabi, tinuturo nila na yung mahirap daw, yun ang pupunta sa kingdom of God. Alam mo? Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Okay. Is it clear? So, doon yung tignan yung science ng control of the senses para mas practical ba? Tignan nyo yung katawan nyo ngayon, okay? Tignan nyo yung katawan nyo. Bago kayo dumating dito. Dati kasi kung hindi kayo vegetarian, kayo ba? Kung tumuloy-tuloy kayo, yung timbang nyo ba? Okay? Hindi ang mangyayari niyan, imbis ang salamin nyo sa bahay ganun, kailangan lakihan na nyo. Kasi pag tingin nyo, asa ko dire. Okay? Kulang. So, kailangan mas malaking salamin. Okay? Para makita mo yung katawan mo. Okay? Pero, nung sinabi ni Lord Krsna kay Arjuna, the sitting place of the enemy is in the mind. And it's about lust. And what is lust all about? It is about the search for happiness, for love, for everything that you wanted to experience fulfillment through this material dimension. Because the material energy is a different energy, you end up what? palaki ng palaki ng palaki ang katawan ba? Kain ng kain ng kain ng kain, okay? Hanggang, siyempre, kumakain ka, lumalaki yung bituka. Kailangan mag-struggle. Eh pag wala ka ng trabaho, swerte lang kung may trabaho ka. Pero kung minsan, mapansin nyo, palaki ng palaki hanggang, okay? Kasi yung heart hindi na mag-function. Pero bakit nangyari yun? So will you be traveling in this world and be focused upon that kind of consciousness and activity wherein you are always suffering and in harm's way? Na choice man nyo yan kung saan yung gusto nyo. Is it clear sa iyo, Radha? Naintindihan mo? Naintindihan mo yung sinabi ko? Anong sinabi ko? Ha? Naintindihan mo? So, ganito na lang gawin natin. Kung hindi nyo maintindihan, you cannot comprehend yung science very clearly, then you must make effort in the process of purification. The Sankirtan, the chanting of the holy names. Let Krishna fulfill what you lack. Okay? Because He's there to protect you. So, how do we appreciate that? When He tells you, just surrender unto me and I'll protect you. Surrender means, hindi yung, so surrender ka, look how good I am. Ang dami kong nagagawa, no. Surrender everything, even all your misery, your fear and everything. And He's there to protect you. Pero kung you surrender to Krishna, pero hindi ka talaga surrender, then you won't experience that protection. You must be like a child ba? That pag ganito yan eh. Nakita niyo yung bata, the child is so much loved by the mother, okay? Pag yung bata umiiyak, tumutulo yung sipon, hinihila yung mama. Yung mama, hindi importante sa kanya masyado, may ginagawa siya, okay? Pero pag malayo yung bata, nariling na, sigawan lahat, my child, the mother will run, okay? Okay. Saan si Baby Kirk? Okay? Protect agad ng mama. Dede agad. Yeah? Baby, okay? You must be like that. Okay? You must put your life in God's hand. Anyway, our life belongs to Him. And if that is your focus, everything that's moving here, everything that you see here is not eternal. Okay? So let Krishna decide whatever happens to your life, to your faith, and He will never forsake you. He will always be there to protect you because He loves you. Is it clear? And if you appreciate that, then even now you'll be appreciating it. How you've been cared and how you've been loved. Then you come to the point of humbleness. That even though you don't have affection for Krishna, you don't have this care for Krishna, you just on your own, you're very selfish, still you're being loved. And then you have this experience of humility. You experience that you don't care, you're sinful. And then, what happened? You surrender in humbleness. Yun ang point. To come to the point of surrendering in humbleness. Not the mind, you the person. You. Ikaw ba? But that will be a very personal relationship with the Supreme Person. So it comes when you chant sincerely the Maha Mantra. Okay? Because the prayer, the Maha Mantra means, Oh my Lord, take note, Radha, when you chant, Oh my Lord, please kindly engage me in your loving service. Okay? Yun ang ibig sabihin ng Maha Mantra. You're praying to God. Please protect me. Please care for me. Please engage me in your devotional service. So it's not a showcase na you do here that you dance and ano. You should dance. You should sing nicely. But that should be the intent. Let the holy names protect you and care for you. So yun na ibig ko sabihin sa inyo. You understand, Govinda Dasi? Huh? Hardball naman sa'yo. Have any question, Kirtanas? So let's continue tomorrow, yung topic about yung kung ano yung sisira sa spiritual life natin. Okay?
Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa namine, Gora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prestayate.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa namine, Gora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prestayate.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa namine, Gora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prestayate.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda, Paramahamsa namine, Gora Karuna Swarupaya, Radha Krishna Prestayate.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayanya,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nayanya.
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasudeva Bhakta Vrinda.
Bhaja Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Shri Vasudeva Bhakta Vrinda.
Gopala Govinda Rama,
Hari Bol Krishna,
Madana Mohana,
Hari Bol Krishna,
Gopala Govinda Rama,
Hari Bol Krishna,
Madana Mohana,
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama,
Krishna,
Madana Mohana,
Hari Bol Krishna,
Gopala Govinda Rama,
Hari Bol Krishna,
Madana Mohana. Hari Bol Tagore.
Gopala Govinda
Everybody sing loud.
Madana Mohana, Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama,
Hari Bol Krishna,
Madana Mohana,
Hari Bol Krishna,
Gopala Govinda Rama,
Hari Bol Krishna,
Madana Mohana.
Gopala Govinda Rama, Madana Mohana.
Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa. Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa.
Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa. Jaya Jaya Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda Paramahamsa Namine Gora Karuna Swarupaya Radha Krishna Prestayate.
Namo Siddhaswarupananda